Alright, are we live? I think we're live. The sound on, can you all hear me? Just make sure. Let me check this OBS. Sometimes OBS be going crazy. Of course my phone starts making noise. Yeah, what's going on, guys? Alex Prime here. We're gonna talk about a few things today. CES is going on. AMD just had their conference today. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about PlayStation 4. Another milestone has been reached. And we're going to talk about Nintendo. They had some announcements on Twitter. Got people going crazy, thinking that the Nintendo Directs are over. They're done with. We're doing Twitter only going forward. But let's start with AMD. So AMD had their event today at CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, and they had a lot of cool stuff to show. They showed some laptops, some mobile processors, stuff like that. Not too interesting to me. I don't really mess with laptops. I don't care about that. But they showed us their new GPU, and that is a refresh of the Vega 56 and 64, but they have renamed it. Now it's called the Radeon 7 because it's the first ever 7nm processor, GPU, whatever. It's the first 7nm one, so that's the new name for the graphics card. It looks pretty good. I really like that they have got rid of the cooler, like the blower style cooler. I'll show you a picture on the screen here. Let's pull that up so y'all can see that. Where's screen share? No, not that one. Sorry, forgive me. Turn this thing on. There you go. Okay, so now you can see. Let's make this smaller here. Okay, so you can see here, they've changed the blower style cooler. Hey, what's up, Miss K? Let me make sure I can see the chat real quick. Yeah, I'll get into the pricing of the Radeon and stuff because that's kind of the only point of contention here. But this is the new graphics card, the Radeon 7. Again, first 7nm gaming GPU. Again, they used to have blower style cooler, so it's just like the one fan here. Super loud. That's what I got right now. I have the Vega 56. It's loud, very loud. So it's nice to see that they've changed to this triple fan cooler design. It doesn't seem like they've changed much other than that. It does have 60 compute units as opposed to 64 in the Vega 64. It clocks higher, and it still has around a 300 watt TDP, so it's still pretty power hungry, but we're getting performance in the realm of a RTX, almost a GTX, almost. NVIDIA RTX 2080. They said that is the comparison. They showed some games and basically on par. Some games it beats it by like 2 or 3 frames. Basically, you're looking at RTX 2080 performance but from Radeon. So that's great because they don't usually compete in that sort of super high-end area. So it's nice to see AMD get there. There's some drawbacks, of course. There's no ray tracing, which is the new thing that NVIDIA is trying to push. I shall show you some of the benchmarks here. Let me go back. Okay, so 60 compute units, 25% more performance at the same power. That's again comparing to the original Vega, which was on 14nm. And then we have 16 gigabytes of high bandwidth memory, which is nuts. That is double what the 2080 has. It's double what my Vega 56 has, which works out to be a terabyte per second memory bandwidth, which is absolutely insane. That is super fast. A lot of good things about this card. You can see some, if you're a content creator like myself here, you can actually get a lot of benefits by using this card. 27% improvement in Blender versus the Vega 64, which is their previously most powerful card. 27% in DaVinci, 29% in Adobe, which is very popular, and 62% in OpenCL. Very impressive. In games, you can see here, in DX12, they got a 35% increase in Battlefield 5, 25% in Fortnite, and 42% in Strange Brigade. I don't know who plays Strange Brigade, but they got a big uptake in that. What was the other one they showed here? Oh, that's the only ones. So there's like a lot of advantages to getting this as opposed to the 56 and 64, but the only thing is it's $700. Oh man, we all saw the rumors about Navi from Odor TV and all those rumors saying that we're gonna see Navi today for $250 to $300, getting roughly 1080 performance. That is not the case because we got Vega instead, and it is $700. That makes it on par with the price point of the RTX 2080, but without any of the ray tracing features, which makes it a little unfortunate. I don't see the value proposition here. Unless you really don't care about ray tracing, then it really makes no difference to you. $700 is a lot. It's a very high-end GPU. Now they have a big price gap between their models because their other model would be the RX 590, which is about $280, and then they have a huge gap from $280 all the way up to $700. That is unless they're keeping the Vega 56 and the 64 to fill in those gaps between the $280 and $700 price point. So it's not what we wanted to see. Like, it's still a good card. It's still good to see AMD trying to push towards the high end because they really haven't been there for a while. But $700, that is a steep price to pay for a graphics card that is double the power draw of the RTX 2080 and doesn't have any of the ray tracing features. So that's nuts. I think the price is a little too high. They do include some free games. I believe you get the Division 2. I'm not sure if you get the other two, Devil May Cry 5 and Resident Evil Remake 2, because on stage they only said that you get Division 2, but I saw some people online saying you get the other two games as well, so that might be the case. If you get 3 games, that's not bad, but you can get those 3 games with the Vega 56, which is what I just bought, and I got those 3 games as well, so that's pretty crazy. Yeah, KG, it's pretty steep. Miss K, I want to actually build an AMD PC, so this has me interested. Yeah, my PC's all AMD. I got Ryzen, I got Vega 56, so I'm all AMD right now. So I was very much looking forward to today's announcement, but $700, that's a lot of money. I didn't like it when RTX 2080 launched at $700, so I can't really sit here and pretend I'm excited that AMD brought out a GPU that's $700, because that's a lot of money. When you convert that to Canadian, it's over $900, and that's absolutely nuts. But that's not all they showed today. We got a little sample, a little taste of what's next for Ryzen, the Ryzen 3000 series. They put up a 8-core 16-thread CPU against Intel's 9900K, and it actually beat it in Cinebench, and that is impressive. And they said this is not a final version of the chip. They're still working on final frequencies and speed boosts and all that stuff. That'll be coming out in the middle of, I think they said around the middle of the year, around summertime. So that's impressive to be able to compete with the 9900K, which is Intel's top dog CPU right now. And of course with Ryzen it will be cheaper and maybe even offer more value when it comes to threads, and because that one is only the 8-core one, we're not sure. It's still up in the air if they're gonna do like 12 threads, 16 threads, stuff like that, because Lisa Sue actually showed us the CPU delidded, and it actually let's see if I can find it. I don't think it's on this thread though. No, it's not on here. She actually had a CPU that was open, and you could see there was one chiplet which housed 8 cores and 16 threads, but there was enough space below it where you can actually fit another one in there. So there's still a chance that we might be getting a 16-core 32-thread chip from Ryzen 3000 series, but we will have to wait and see. Overall, the show that they had was alright. It wasn't anywhere as hype as I was hoping it to be, but you know, it is what it is. The chips will be coming out soon. The GPU, kind of a letdown. We gotta wait for Navi. Personally, I think the Vega 56 and 64 are better value right now. $700. That's a lot of money for 300 watt power draw. Is pretty crazy. Hopefully they get it right with Navi, or this GPU gets a discount. Then it might be worth it. Other than that, that's really all they showed that was interesting to me, was the CPU and the GPU. Again, I don't really care about laptops at all. Another cool thing was Phil Spencer came out on stage. That was out of nowhere. Phil Spencer, a hero of gaming, talked about working with AMD, how they're going to continue working with AMD, basically confirming the next Xbox will use AMD graphics and CPU. Hopefully Ryzen, hopefully with Vega or Navi inside. It's going to be interesting. They have a strong relationship. Phil Spencer basically came out and said they're working on the cloud stuff, blah blah blah. We're excited for next generation. So I like to see Phil Spencer at a computer event like this because it shows his dedication to PC gaming and in making PC gaming that much better. So that was nice to see. Overall, a good show from AMD. Was just hoping for a little bit more, but that's mostly because all these tech tubers were hyping up this show to be like the second coming, and it really didn't turn out to be that. But let's move on to PlayStation. PlayStation 4 has surpassed 91.6 million units worldwide after a crazy strong holiday season. This was announced at Sony's show at CES. They apparently sold through 5.6 million units just during the holiday, which is absolutely nuts, bringing their total up to 91.6 million. And this has turned the gaming world on its head as we see people going absolutely batshit crazy. Xbox gamers losing their minds, Nintendo guys trying to downplay, PC guys trying to downplay. For whatever reason, it's good for gaming that Sony is doing this good, guys. It's great to see that this kind of sales could be happening with a console, because console gaming does lead the market as far as gaming goes. So as long as that's healthy, gaming is healthy as well, which in turn means more games for PC, and that's all that matters to me. So they said 50.7 million PS4 games were sold through holiday 2018. That's nuts, which sums up to 876 million PS4 games sold worldwide as of December 31st, 2018. Absolutely bananas. And Marvel's Spider-Man has already sold 9 million copies. That is crazy. That game is awesome. It's one of the best games this generation. Easily, without question, the best Spider-Man game, period. And to be able to sell 9 million, the game only came out in September, absolutely amazing. What else is there to say? Sony is killing it. They're continuing to kill it. We look forward to PS5. More greatness, please. Thank you very much. That's really all there is to say about Sony. There's not much else. So let's move on to Nintendo. Yeah, Spider-Man was fire, Miss K. That shit was amazing. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. $400, $500 would have been a way better price for the Radeon 7, because at least you undercut Nvidia that way. I don't know what they're thinking. On par, the same price as GTX? Come on. No, RTX. Nintendo reveals release dates for Yoshi, Kirby, and something else. So, we all heard the rumors from the Regurgitation crew and all the other Nintendo Switch hype men talking about the Nintendo Direct. We're gonna see this, we're gonna see that, and then all of a sudden Nintendo makes them look like fools. First, Nintendo releases the release date for Yoshi Crafted World, and we got the box art. Let me show you the box art. This thing is a beautiful box art. It just makes you feel happy inside when you see this. All right, check out this box art right here. So Yoshi's Crafted World coming out soon. I believe Nintendo told us earlier it's going to be Q1 2019, and they finally told us the day, and that is March 29th. I'm super excited. They had a little trailer for it. We got to see the boss is Baby Bowser Jr., of course, and we're going to be catching these egg gems or whatever. I'm excited to play. I like Yoshi games. Yoshi's one of my favorite Nintendo characters, so that's cool. And we also learned that Kirby's Epic Yarn will be arriving on 3DS on March 8th. That was a Wii game. They're bringing it to the 3DS. It's an okay game. It's super easy, but if you want an easy Kirby game, you can get down on your 3DS. So that's coming soon. But this leads people to freak out. They're panicking. They're scared that Nintendo's not gonna do directs anymore, and they're just gonna announce things on Twitter. The things people freak out about, guys, I don't know. So now people are saying there's not going to be a direct, even though a couple days prior they were 100% sure we're getting a direct, guys. So personally, I think it's still coming. Like, KAG, you're saying the same thing. It's still coming. I think it's still coming. They're probably just getting stuff out of the way that we already knew about. They also announced Dragon's Dogma is coming to Switch, so that got announced instead of on the direct. Like, it doesn't make sense for them to skip out on directs. They've been doing directs for years. This is how they give information to their fans, and it's a good way to hype up games that normally would get swept under the rug. So we're probably gonna see stuff that we haven't seen before, which is what I'm more excited about. I don't want to watch a Nintendo Direct and just see games I already know about. I want to see stuff that we don't know about. So that being like this, getting stuff out of the way, like Yoshi. I love Yoshi, I'm excited to play the game, but I don't need to see Yoshi again in a Nintendo Direct. It's fine that they just said it out in a tweet that is coming out in March. That's totally fine. We've seen this game like 3 times already. Same thing with Epic Yarn. Who needs to see that on a Direct again? It's a Wii game. Like, come on. Dragon's Dogma, it's okay game, but like, does that really have to be seen on a Direct? No, it's fine. There's gonna be cool stuff. We're probably gonna hear about the Direct tomorrow, and it'll be on the Friday, which is the 10th. Maybe. We'll see. No, the 11th. Friday's the 11th. But even if there is no Direct, is it really a big deal? Not really. It's nothing to freak out about. The Switch has a lot of games on the way. A lot of games we already know about that are on the way, like Fire Emblem, and a whole bunch of other exclusives that Nintendo is going to be killing it with this year. But this whole idea of hyping up the Direct for basically weeks, hyping up the idea of a Direct in January, then Nintendo tweets out 2 games on Twitter, and then everyone freaks out. I don't know, man. Like, why is everyone like that hypes up the Switch so paranoid all the time? Like, calm down. It's ridiculous. That was really all I wanted to talk about today. We got the AMD graphics card, CPU, PS4 91.6 million, and Nintendo releasing the release date for Yoshi and Kirby, and Nintendo Direct. So yes, I do believe we're still gonna get a Direct sometime this month. But again, even if we don't, it doesn't matter all that much, guys. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about the Nintendo Direct specifically? Because I know that's what most of you want to talk about, is if Nintendo's going to keep doing Directs. The answer is yes, they're not going to give up Directs. Come on, relax. And I will talk to you later. Bye.